This is R.D. Sharma Solution Class 12, Chapter 19, Exercise 19.2. Indefinite integrals we are taking. Now the next question here is, so we have to use only that we have been using integration of x raised n is equal to x raised n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is the formula, or this is the relationship which we are going to use. We need to multiply x plus 1 and x minus 2. So we are multiplying it here, the numerator. So I'm resolving the numerator x with x square minus 2x plus x and minus 2. So x square minus x minus 2. Denominator we have under root x, and as I told you, under root x is x to the power half. So you can have like this, x to the power half. So when we separate them out, that is taking the denominator with every numerator separately, this is going to be, because x, now this needs to be resolved. X at x raised half, and it is in the denominator, is goes up and becomes x raised minus half. So I am writing x raised minus half in the numerator now. So 2 minus 1 by 2, because the numerator gets added if the bases are same. 2 minus 1 by 2 is 4 minus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. So now I am writing it here because actual integration begins here. All this is the resolution, or making it suitable for integration. X raised 3 by 2 dx. Now this will be 1 minus 1 by 2, which is half. So we have x to the power half. Dx is everywhere. And x raised minus half. So 2 you can take out because it is a constant. It is not going to affect any integration relationship. So this is how we are going to integrate. And we are going to use the integration formula which I indicated earlier. So what is this? Now you have to ignore this integration sign because the integration result we are writing here. X raised 3 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 plus 1 in the denominator, minus x raised half plus 1 by half plus 1, minus 2 x to the power minus half plus 1 and minus half plus 1 here. So this will give you x raised 5 by 2, 3 by 2 plus 1 is 5 by 2. And denominator also 5 by 2. So this will be 2 by 5 minus. This will become x raised half plus 1, that is 3 by 2. Half plus 1 is 3 by 2. So it goes up and 2 by 3 will be formed. And this is 1 minus half in the denominator. X raised minus 1 minus half is simply x raised half. Because under root x it is. You can write it as under root x also. Now 1 minus half is half. Half goes up. That is 1 by 2 goes as a reciprocal and goes up. 2 into 2 is 4. So 4 into x raised half. So this is your answer. Please remember, as I told you, x raised half you can keep because all others are x to the power. Or you can keep it as under root x. It's up to you. So this is the result we were talking about. And these are the step-by-step solution which I indicated earlier. You just have to use one of the integration result here. Okay, this question also is similar, almost similar. So we are going to do it quickly. X raised 5 divided by x square. I am separating them out. That is all the numerators separately with the denominator because the denominator remains the common. So this is 2 by x square. Now this goes up. Whenever the power goes up, it will change the sign. So if it would have been x raised minus half, it would have gone up and formed x square. Okay. So 5 minus 2 is 3 because again the power are added as the base remains the same. X raised minus 4, 2 raised x minus 2. Okay. Now the integration begins here because this is up till now was just the resolution or making them suitable for integration. Now x cube is x raised 4 by 4 plus this becomes x raised minus 4 plus 1 by minus 4 plus 1. So I am using the same similar formula which I told you earlier. X raised n is x raised n plus 1 by n plus 1 by plus c. So x raised minus 4 will be x raised minus 4 plus 1 by minus 4 plus 1. So it will be minus 3. So x raised minus 3 by minus 3. So let us change the sign also. There is a sign which will be changed. This will be x raised minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 only. So x raised minus 1 by minus 1. So finally you are going to write what? X raised 4 by 4. This is minus 3. So x raised. This goes down. So 1 by 3x cube. This is minus. So minus will come. X raised minus 1. So this is in the denominator. So 2 by x it is. It is not 2 by 2. This is 2 by x. So the solution which I told you is right in front of you. Now the next one. So this is very, very straightforward question because it just need one formula, a plus b whole square. And integration of x raised n, which you are aware now. So a square plus b square plus 2ab. A is 3x, b is 4x. So I'm just squaring it and using a as 3x and b as 4. You have 9x square plus 16 plus 4 2 is 8, 8 3 is 24, 24x. Okay, now we are ready for the integration, and the constant you can take just outside because constant will not add effect to any integration. 16 I am taking it, integration of dx, everywhere dx is there. Wherever I am not writing it, just assume that dx is already there because we need to differentiate or integrate with respect to x only. So integration of x raised n will be what? X raised n plus 1 by n plus 1. And constant of integration. X square is x cube by 3, 16. This is your x raised 0. So x raised 0 plus 1 by 0 plus 1, which is x only. So by now you learn only integration of dx is x, 24 x square by 2, 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. So x raised n plus 1 by n plus 1, which we are using. So this 3 3s are 9. So this 3 3s are 9. So 3, it will be 3. There is a slight change here. I have cancelled but written it 9. It will be 3. And writing the above power first, 12x raised square. This 16x I am taking here. 16x plus c. This is your final result. So if you are doing it by yourself, this is the relationship for you. There is a slight only change. 3x cube, the first one is there. Now there are two questions which are similar to this one. This first question we are doing it, and there will be a second question exactly like this. So need to understand this very carefully. Okay, now solving this will be a trouble because in denominator we always found one variable or one set term, and then we resolved it by taking it separately with the numerator. But here the term is x square plus 2x. So actually there are two terms. So let us resolve it. So I am taking x square common from the numerator. When we take x square common from the numerator, you will get 2x square. Here you will get 7, and this is x, then 6 because x square has been taken outside. In the denominator also you see there is x. So you can take x common. X. Denominator you will have x. So if we take x common, you will get only x plus 2. So still not resolved. You have to go ahead because x square by x can be cancelled. You will get x in the numerator. But what about those which are in the brackets? For that you have to make the factor. So 2x square plus 7x plus 6 needs factor because we need to get rid of this x plus 2. If single term is there, it will be alright to go ahead. But what about when we have the term which is a proper 2 or 3 value added or subtracted term? So 2x square plus 7x plus 6, 6 to the 12 is there. 7 can be written as 4 plus 3. So this you can do 2x square plus 4x plus 3x plus 6. So 2x you can take common here from 2x plus 2. Here you can take 3 common x plus 2. So factors are 2x plus 3 and x plus 2. So these are two factors, and to our help, x plus 2 is already in the denominator. So let me write it. X was there with x square by x resolved, and you have 2x plus 3 and x plus 2 in the numerator. Denominator you have x plus 2. Now you can cancel these two. You have x and 2x plus 3. When you multiply this, you will get 2x square plus 3x. Now this is what needs to be resolved or integrated. Now we are ready for the integration. So let us now start with the integration side. So 2 I am taking outside, x squared, integration has to be done. 3 I am taking outside, x dx. So twice x cube by 3. See, every time I am telling you, you have known up till now x raised n is x raised n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is the integration of the standard integration, the first integration you should know. Like d by dx of x to the power n is n x to the power n minus 1, like this. So you have 3x square by 2 plus c. This is your final result. So there are two things here. First you have to take x square common and cancellation should be done. And second thing is the factor of 2x square plus 7x plus 6. So we discussed this one. This is all in front of you. If you are doing by yourself, you can just recheck here. So as I suggested you in the previous question that this question is going to be a similar one. So I'm going to put a result in front of you just because you need any help, you can use it. Otherwise, you can do it by yourself. This is quite very straightforward question. Now this is sine square x. Before going ahead, let me tell you sine square x plus cos square x equals to 1. This you already know. So we are going to use this sine square x as 1 minus cos square x. And 1 minus cos square x is 1 square minus cos square x. 1 can be 1 square, 1 to the power any n is 1 only. So we'll go to the integration later. But sine square x, I am writing it as 1 minus cos square x. 1 plus cos x is there. This is just to resolve the content. So 1 minus a square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. So 1 minus cos x and 1 plus cos x it will be. I am taking A as 1 and B as cos x. So I am writing it as 1 minus cos x and 1 plus cos x. So this 1 plus cos x is in the denominator. Now you can cancel this 1 plus cos x. So only 1 minus cos x remains. So now this integration of sin square x by 1 plus cos x dx has formed or has resulted in 1 minus cos x, which is easy to integrate. Okay, let us take the integration separately. Integration of dx and integration of cos x. Dx integration is x only and cos x integration is what? Integration of cos x and sin x you must know by now. Integration of cos x is sin x. So you can just write it as sin x, and with the constant of integration you already know. This is the result. So if you resolve this sin square by 1 plus cos x the way I told you, it will be easier for you to get the answer. So this is how it needs to be done. And there is one more question which is coming like this. So we'll see just as a recall of this question. So this is how you're going to write in the examination also. I only tell the logic. The solution is really your responsibility. And this is very straightforward question, because if these sec square x and cos x square x, they have the direct integral value. So just separate them out, sec square x and cos x square x, dx here, dx here. Integration of sec square x is directly 10x, because 10x differentiation is sec square x. Similarly, we have cot x cosec x minus cot x cos x, or cosec square x integration is minus cot x. Sorry, there was a mistake I just said. It's integration of cosec square x minus cot x. So let me tell you again, sec square x is sec square x, cosec square x is cosec square x. Okay, sec square x integration is 10x and cosec square integration is minus cot x. I just told you minus cot x cosec, that was a fault. Integration of cosec square x is minus cot x. Okay, now in this question, you need to know the formula. Before getting into the formula, let me tell you, if you are not aware of the formula, you need to learn it by heart, because it may be used anywhere in the question. So we will first separate them out. If you know the formula, you can use it. But if you don't know the formula, then there is a way. See, separate them out. Sin cube x divided by sin square x cos square x. Because there are certain questions which can only be solved by the formula. But this question is quite easy. So you can just separate them out. And then you can see that it will be resolved very easily. So this is all respect to dx. I am not integrating it right now. I am just cancelling it. So this sin cube x and sin square x will get cancelled. Only sin x will remain in the numerator. And cos square x will be in the denominator. So you can write cos square x as cos x cos x. Why I am writing it, you will see in a bit. This cos square x and cos cube x gets cancelled. Only one cos x will remain in the numerator. You can assume it to be cos square x in the denominator. It goes up as cos minus 2x, and 3 and minus 2 gets added and it will be 1. That's how the things goes in mathematics. So you just have cos x divided by sin square x. So cos x remains in the numerator. Sin square x in the denominator, will write it as sin x into sin x. So this cos x divided by sin x into sin x is what we got. What is the benefit? What do we get from sin by cos x? It is tan x. 1 by cos x is sec x. And the second term, see, sec x tan x should have been better, but it's okay. You know already tan x and sec x and tan x are similar. Cos x by sin x is what? It is cot x. And what is 1 by sin x? These are standard results. 1 by sin x is cosec x. Again, cosec x, cot x would have been better, but it's okay. Now these are the standard result. Integration of sec x tan x is sec x, because differentiation of sec x is this one. Alright? Minus is already there. Cot x cosec x, or cosec x cot x integration is what? It is minus cosec x. Minus is there, so let us make it as plus. Negative becomes plus. So you can write it as cosec x. And we have the constant of integration also. So this is the standard result if you resolve it. But some questions may need AQ minus BQ. So what all we have done is in front of you. And don't worry about all these sin square, cos square, because they are going to get cancelled anyways. And this is a very straightforward question, but it needs effort. Effort of knowing the formula and resolving it the way I told you. So this question is also similar to what we have done. So most of the questions which we see now is pertaining to trigonometry. But here it's simple algebra. Even if it is x cube by say x square y square kind of thing, then also you can solve it. So we have 5 and 2. So 5 and 2 are not going to add effect to or a value to integration. So we are just taking it outside. And now I'm separating these two terms. So we have cos cube x divided by, this is sin square x and cos square x. Cos square x. Now what do we get here? plus is there, 6 is there, 2 is there, 6 by 2. So this will be 3. Integration of sine cube x divided by, we have sine square x and cos square x. Again, the same thing which we did in the previous question, you can just cancel these things out and we have the standard result. As if you have understood the question 23 properly, you will see that this question is a piece of cake for you, because cos square x by cos cube x by cos square x is cos x, sin square x can be written as sin x into sin x, the first term. 5 by 2 remain like this, integration sign as it is, dx along, which I am not writing. 3. Sin x, denominator you have cos square x, you can write it as cos x into cos x. Now you see, these are the standard result which we have followed earlier also. Cos x by sin x is what? It's cot x. 1 by sin x is cosec x. So cosec x, I am writing 1 by sin x first. 1 by sin x is cosec x, cos x by sin x is cot x. And integration with a 5 by 2, which is a constant which has been taken in front of the integration sign. 3. The integration symbol, before that we have written 3, sin by cos is tan, 1 by cos x is sec. So this is sec I am writing first, because we know it by now. We have done differentiation a lot. And this is the standard result, as we have seen in the previous question. Cosec x cot x. So this cosec x cot x is simply minus cosec x. This is the standard result. Now we have plus 3. Sec x tan x is what? It's sec x tan x, sec x only for sec x tan x, and constant of integration you add. So this is the final answer, final result, this one. Alright, these two questions we just did follow the same process, same logic and same formula which are used for integration. A plus b whole square. This is what you are going to use it, and you'll see how easy it will become. But there are standard trigonometric relation also we are going to use. So I am opening it, a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So tan square x plus cot square x plus 2 into tan x into cot x. So before going to this one, let me tell you, tan x and cot x are reciprocal of each other. So tan x will be 1 by cot x will be 1 by tan x. So when we have this one, you can just cancel them out. So this is cancellation. See how easy it has become. Integration of tan square x, integration of cot square x, and integration of 2, which is actually dx only. So let them separated out. And tan square x is sec square x minus 1. Before doing this one, we have to resolve it, because we don't have any integration for tan square x, but we do have this for sec square x. So sec square x minus 1 is tan square x, cot square x is cosec square x minus 1, and 2 is already there. So this 2 gets cancelled with negative 1 and negative 1. The 2 minus 2 is 0. So we get integration of sec square x and integration of cosec square x. Oh, this is not there. So integration of sec square x is a standard result. Integration of cosec square x is a standard result. Okay, this integration is quite easy now. Sec square x integration is simply tan x, because the differentiation of tan x is sec square x. Again, integration of cosec square x is minus cot x, because cot x integration is minus cosec square x. This is how we have used this formula, a plus b whole square. Then we used again the formula tan square x is equal to sec square x minus 1 and cot square x equals to cosec square x minus 1. 2 gets cancelled with all of them, and then we have the standard result, which is integration of sec square x, which is tan x, integration of cosec square x, which is minus cot x. So this is how you learn the formula also, you solve it also. So this is the formal way or the clear way to understand. This question we are going to take in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much and thank you for your time.